The last class we have completed the not completed the secondary growth in dicot stem. We have some portions we have completed, and this is your 1 year program. I had mistakenly I had told you that it is a crash course program. Actually, we will discuss in detail. Okay, no problem with that. You can ask your doubt anytime in your comment section. Okay, I will read and answer it. So now we'll move to next part, the secondary growth not completed. So remaining part we will discuss secondary growth in dicot stem. We have discussed about secondary growth in dicot stem. To recall, last class I had told you, when secondary growth takes place, mainly secondary xylem is produced, maximum is secondary xylem. So secondary xylem is called woods. Secondary xylem, if you look at secondary xylem is also known as a wood. Secondary xylem is also known as a wood, and two type of wood are produced depending on season. I had already told you, one is spring wood, another is autumn wood. Spring, number one is called spring wood, another wood is known as autumn wood. And these two type of wood are different from each other, and already I had told you this is low density spring, always starts with L, low density light in color, these are high density dark in color. So that's why you can easily demarcate, you can easily differentiate what is spring wood and what is autumn wood. The spring wood is also called as a yearly wood. This is called as a yearly wood, and autumn wood is also called as a late wood. Autumn wood is called as late wood. This part already we have discussed. What is the spring wood, what is autumn wood, yearly wood and a late wood. Up to this we have completed. So next one important question comes from hardwood and a sapwood. Perhaps we have not discussed that. So now we will discuss about that. What is hardwood and what is the sapwood. So listen carefully. So when secondary xylem is produced towards inner side of cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. No need to explain again what is cambial ring. Already last class I had told you what is the cambial ring. This cambial ring is produced. Cambial ring is formed by intrafascicular and interfascicular cambium. When intra and interfascicular cambium both join, it forms a ring-like structures. And this ring-like structure, after formation of ring-like structure, towards outer side, what is produced? Towards outer side, recall with me, towards outer side secondary phloem is produced, and towards inner side secondary xylem is produced in the form of layers. So recall, so first there is a dark layer, this is the dark colored and high density. Already we have discussed another layer is a light color and a low density, and these two rings are produced in 1 year. One light is called as a yearly wood, and dark is called as a late wood. It is called spring wood, it is called autumn wood, and these two type of wood together, early wood and late wood, or spring wood and autumn wood, together form an annual ring, and these rings are more in number. You can count the number of rings after cutting the stem transversely. Like this, you find many concentric rings, and the rings are used to define or estimate approximate age of the plant. To estimate the approximate age of the plant, these rings are used. If you count the number of rings, you can approximately predict the age of the plant, how much it has passed in his life. But important thing, the entire everything here, these rings I have shown you, the dark ring, light ring, another dark ring, light ring, dark ring, light ring, or the early wood, spring wood, early wood, late wood, these woods, all these woods which are produced inside the ring, they constitute the secondary xylem. All are called as a secondary xylem or wood. So all are called secondary xylem. So everything present inside is called secondary xylem. But important thing, when the age of the plant advances, when age of the plant become more or old, what happens? The central part of secondary xylem, central part, everything in white portion, everything inside this ring is secondary xylem, but the central part, for example, I will take this part, central part. Out of total white portion, the central part of secondary xylem get deposited with some chemicals like tannin, resin, gum, aromatic substances, essential oil, different chemicals. And this region, the central region get blocked with this chemical. So that's why the central region is called as a heartwood. You have to remember, this is called as a heartwood. Heartwood, just like heart is the center of our body. Heart is not center, for easy understanding I am telling. Just like heart is your center present inside your body, similarly there is a heartwood. The question comes, where heartwood is formed? Where heartwood is found? Direct question comes, where heartwood is found? Heartwood is present exactly at the center of the stem or center of the plant or secondary xylem, center of the secondary xylem. Everything is a secondary xylem, but the center is called as a heartwood. But the peripheral part, this part is called as a sapwood. This is called as sapwood. The difference comes every year in NEET. Question comes, what is the main difference between heartwood and a sapwood? If you come to this heartwood, already I had told you, the secondary xylem, the center of secondary xylem is get deposited with center, the central part, central. The first difference, heartwood is central, sapwood is peripheral. Sapwood is peripheral, it is present towards periphery. So everything is present inside the ring, but inside the ring, this is center, this is periphery. So heartwood is central and the sapwood is peripheral. Second thing, the heartwood is deposited. What are the depositions? Already I had told you. In the heartwood, the central part is deposited with tannin. Deposited with tannin. These are the chemical. Tannin, resin, gum, aromatic substances and essential oils. Aromatic substance and essential oils. Essential oils. These are the chemicals which are deposited in the heartwood. But in case of sapwood, nothing it is deposited. Only it is made of xylem, secondary xylem. And what are the parts of secondary xylem? We have already discussed. Secondary xylem content tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, xylem fiber. So that's why important thing, if you look at their function, now the most important question which is frequently asked in NEET, the function of heartwood and function of sapwood. Now tell me, both are called secondary xylem. Already I had told you, both this heartwood and sapwood, both, all heartwood and sapwood are present inside the cambial ring. This is the ring, yellow part is ring. Inside the ring these are formed. So that's why both are what? Secondary xylem. Both are secondary xylem. Both are secondary xylem. What is the function of secondary xylem? Tell me. Recall with me. What is the function of secondary xylem? Secondary xylem function is conduction of water and a mineral. But both heartwood and sapwood cannot perform the same function. Here you have to remember, both are secondary xylem, but both do not help in conduction of water and mineral. Why? Because the heartwood, already we have discussed, the heartwood is get deposited with these chemicals, tannin, resin, gum, aromatics, oils. So that's why as this region, this is a pipe-like structure. We are taking the transverse section. As the center get blocked with these chemicals, it makes this region very hard and durable. So that's why heartwood is hard and durable. It's a hard and durable. So that's why it not helps in conduction of water. No conduction of water takes place. No conduction of water by heartwood. So then what is the function? The heartwood not helps in conduction of water because it is blocked. But one important thing, it is very hard due to deposition of these chemicals. The cells get dead. So all the cells get dead in this region due to deposition of this chemical, and dead cells are hard in nature, all of you know. So that's why this hard and a durable heartwood provides a structural support. A plant having support due to this region, it provides a structural support. So what is the function of heartwood? It provides mechanical support, mechanical or structural support. mechanical support, and it is hard and durable. Another important thing, due to this hard and durable nature, because of this chemical deposited, this type of wood cannot be easily destroyed by pathogens like bacteria and insects. So that's why we can keep this type of wood for a long period, and this type of wood is used for your furniture making. If a furniture is prepared from this type of wood, that is hardwood, it will be durable, it will be remain for a long period. So that's why important thing you have to remember, the hardwood is get deposited with this chemical, and it is the central part, and it is hard and durable. Function is no conduction of water. This type of xylem cannot helps in conduction of water. Only this type of xylem helps in mechanical support. A plant get mechanical support because of this hardwood. Now it is clear about hardwood. Now compare with this sapwood. What is the sapwood? Already I had told you, sapwood is the peripheral part. First difference, it is central, it is peripheral. It is deposited with these chemicals, it is not deposited with these chemicals. It is hard and durable, but comparatively it is soft, comparatively. And next function, it provides mechanical support. It not helps in mechanical support. Mechanical support is lower as compared to hardwood, but it helps in conduction of water. It helps in conduction of water, very important, conduction of water. So very frequently asked question, which type of wood helps in conduction of water? After secondary growth, when secondary growth completed, two type of wood are produced, and which type of wood helps in actual conduction of water? That is your sapwood, and it is peripheral in nature. So hardwood and sapwood you have to remember. Clear? So this completes your the secondary xylem, and outside there is a formation of secondary phloem. Already last class we have discussed. Outside there is a secondary phloem outside the cambial ring. That part is not important because secondary phloem are very less in number. Last class less in amount. I had already told you the activity of cambial ring is more towards inner sides. The activity of cambial ring is more towards inner side than outer side. So amount of secondary phloem is generally less than secondary xylem. Clear? So this is all about your different type of secondary xylem or a different type of woods. You can make it note, short note, or you can take screenshot of this. Otherwise we'll move to next part. Okay, now this part is clear to everybody. Now we'll move to the next part. When secondary growth takes place, different layers are involved. Already I had told you, outer covering, epidermis, just below the epidermis there is hypodermis, then cortex, endodermis, pericycle, central part is pith. Yes or no? And xylem phloem bundles are found like this. Xylem phloem bundles are found, and there is a band of meristematic tissue. Already you have discussed this band of meristematic tissue. The band of meristematic tissue is known as intrafascicular cambium. Intrafascicular. Then another interfascicular cambium comes, and it makes a complete ring. About this ring we have completed. This is called cambial ring. Cambial ring is formed. Okay, and inside there is a formation of secondary xylem, hardwood, sapwood, whatever that may be, we have discussed. And towards outer side there is a secondary phloem. What is the problem here? The important thing here you have to remember, there is many covering, circular layers, epidermis, hypodermis, general cortex, then endodermis, then pericycle. Different layers are there. But what happens when there is a secondary growth? Already I had told you, this ring increases the amount of cells or amount of tissue both towards inner side, towards inner side of the ring. Towards the inner side of the ring, secondary xylem is produced. Towards the outer side of the ring, what is produced? Secondary phloem is produced. So that's why we can say these circular rings are produced. Yes or no? Circular rings, more number of rings are produced. And when the number of ring will increase, then diameter of the plant will increase. Definitely, when the number of ring will increase inside as well as outside, it will push the outer layers covering them. As it is produced almost at the center, in the central region, it will push the outer layers. So that's why after secondary growth, when new cells and new tissue are produced, accumulated more and more inside, it will put pressure and burst the external layer. Just like you can take example of a balloon. When inside more and more water will enter inside the balloon, the outer layer or wall of the balloon will burst. Similarly, same thing happens. It is a closed, these are the closed coverings, epidermis, hypodermis, cortex. So when the number of cells or amount of cells or tissue increases at the central portion, it will put pressure and burst the outer layers. So that's why the epidermis, hypodermis, these layers burst and slog off. These layers generally slog off. So that's why there is loss of protection by the outer coverings. The outer coverings get lost. So that's why there is a decrease in protection to the plant. Previously, all these layers provide protection, but now these layers are absent. These layers are already dead. These layers are already ruptured. So that's why what happens? Now, when the amount of cell increases, this cortex layer, the cortex layer shows one important role, very important, and which is very important for your need. So listen carefully. This cortex layer form a ring. There is a formation of a ring in the cortex layer, cortical layer, not in the epidermis and hypodermis. What happens when the amount of cell increases at the central portion, pressure built on outer side, outer layers burst, but this cortex layer, in the cortex layer, already I had told you, there is one permanent tissue, another is a meristematic tissue. Permanent who lost the capacity of division, and a meristematic who are continuously dividing. So what happens? In case of cortex layer, all the cells are now permanent. Permanent means not dividing. But when the outer layers to the cortex, outer layer to the cortex means epidermis and hypodermis get burst. First they will burst or they will rupture because they are the outermost. So that's why when the epidermis and hypodermis get destroyed, this cortex layer get changed into meristematic. There is a plant property, I will tell you in cell division, how cell division change, how a permanent tissue become meristematic. How a permanent tissue become meristematic, I will explain you later. So permanent means who lost the capacity of division, meristematic means who have the capacity of division. Sometimes those who lost the capacity of division can again retain the capacity of division, again back to cell division capacity. So same happens here in the cortex region. In the cortex region, what happens? Those cells who lost the capacity of division again come to division capacity, again retain the division capacity and forms a ring just like cambial ring. Here cambial ring, I had told you, intrafascicular and interfascicular cambium, a complete ring. Similarly, in the cortex layer, there is a formation of a ring. There is a formation of a ring of meristematic or band of meristematic tissue. This is called as a cork cambium. You have to remember, cork cambium. So two cambium are there. One is vascular cambium, another is cork cambium. Vascular cambium is produced between xylem and phloem, in between xylem and phloem, whereas cork cambium is produced in the cortex region. You have to remember, this question is frequently asked. In which region? In the option you get epidermis, hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, like that. So always the cork cambium is produced in the cortex region, and this cortex region, cork cambium, having important property like this cambial ring. Just like I had told you about the cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. Cambial ring is active towards both inner side as well as outer side. This is the cambial ring. Towards inner side, towards inner side it produces secondary xylem. Towards inner side it produces secondary xylem, and towards outer side it produces secondary phloem. Secondary phloem are produced. Just like secondary xylem, I can show at the center there is a secondary xylem, and towards outer side what is produced? Secondary phloem. Listen carefully, I am going to ask you question after this, after 1 to 2 minutes. Important concept I am going to tell you. Now this about cambial ring completed. Cambial ring towards inner side secondary xylem, towards outer side secondary phloem. Similarly, this cork cambium which is found in the cortex, the cork cambium. Now I am showing you cork cambium. This is the cork cambium. I am showing in wavy manner because we can easily mark this is the cork cambium. This is the cork cambium. Cork cambium is produced in which region? Recall with me. It is produced in cortex region. Cork cortex. CC. Cork cortex. Cork cambium. So now it is no more cortex. Now it is not called cortex. Cortex is changed into cork cambium. It is also called as a phelogen. It is also known as phelogen. This term also you have to remember. This is called phelogen. Sometimes direct alternate names are also coming in exam. So that's why cork cambium or phelogen. Just like here we have discussed cambial ring or vascular cambium. This is called vascular cambium. The cambial ring is active towards inner as well as outer side. This cork cambium means dividing cells. This cambium is also able to divide towards inner side as well as outer side. It can divide towards inner side. It can produce new cells towards inner side. It can also produce new cells towards outer side. There is a formation of new cells towards the outer side also. So that's why there is again formation of two type of tissue. So what are the tissue? First we will discuss towards the outer side. There is outer side, cells are produced towards outer side, and cells are produced towards inner side also. The cells which are produced or tissue which are produced towards outer side of cork cambium is called as only cork. This is called as a cork. This is called as a cork or also known as a phloem. Cork or phloem. So you have to remember what is cork and phloem. Cork or phloem is produced outer to cork cambium. Just like if question will come, what is produced towards outer side of cambial ring? Towards outer side of cambial ring there is a secondary phloem. Towards inner side of cambial ring there is a secondary xylem. Similarly, towards outer side of cork cambium there is phloem or cork, and towards inner side what is produced? There is a secondary cortex. Secondary, not secondary phloem. It is a secondary cortex. Because these are produced from cortex layer. Already I had told you cork cambium is produced from cortex layer. Secondary cortex, or it is also called as a phelodorm. Secondary cortex are also called as a phelodorm. These three terms you have to remember. These three terms already completed. The cambial ring produces towards outer what? Towards inner what? Inner secondary xylem, outer secondary phloem. Similarly, here you have to remember two things. The cork cambium which is produced in the cortex region produces two things. Towards outer side cork or phloem, towards inner side cork secondary cortex or phelodorm. One important thing here always confuse you in the NEET. Okay, here you can write because already I had explained you and you remembered now, so you can easily answer. But frequently most of the student made it wrong. Sometimes question comes, arrange the layers, different layers of secondary growth During secondary growth, what are the different layer produced during secondary growth? Arrange them in a particular order. I am telling you one thing, one important formula. Remember that, you never forget these things. So in NEET, main confusion in NEET is about these terms: phloem, phelogen, phelodorm. in all the terms fellow word. This starting is fellow, it is phylum, phylum, it is phylogen. So always fel is the prefix, fel, phylum, phylum, then phylogen, then phylodorm. So which one is phylodorm, which one is phylum, which one is phylogen? There is confusion. Remember, when this fel type of word comes, fel, phylum, phylogen, phylodorm, everything is given in your option. In NEET there is no subjective, so everything is given in the option. So remember one thing, from outer to inner, from outside to inside, there is a middle, then outside, inside. Always the outside is starting from small number of letters, small number, less, we can say less, not small, less number of letters, less, then more in the middle, then maximum letters, maximum letter I am writing, letter. This formula will use. First look at here, I have written outside contain less number of letter. Outside means this one, outside to the cork cambium, outside to the cork cambium. What is present? Cork or phylum. So look at this phylum. Fel is common, only count these three. Phylum. Here second in the middle, fel is common, ozen, phylogen. So number of letter is increasing, number of letter less, number of letter more than phylum. Again phylodorm, you can compare ozen and odor. Number of letter is more in which one? Number of letter is more, maximum in inside, then less, then least in case of. So with increase in number of letter we can arrange. This is very important question you need. So all the term will be given, you have to arrange in order. Which one is outer side, which one is inner side, or which one is inner side, which one is outer side, you have to arrange. Again, if this word will confuse you, cork, what is cork, and where you find cork, where you find cork cambium, where you find secondary cortex, again the same rule, after completion of phylum, phylogen, phylodorm, you can write phylum, which one is phylum, phylogen, phylodorm, because it is given in the option. But next you come to cork, here only cork is written, here cork cambium is written, cork is common, only cork cambium more, here secondary cortex, expand, this is secondary cortex, shortly I have written sec cortex, secondary cortex, secondary cortex. So which one is the largest, containing largest number of letters? Secondary cortex. So always the number of letter will increase towards inner side. Depth increases, number of letter increases. This completes your secondary growth. So secondary growth takes place in two places, inside the xylem and inside the xylem and phloem. Inside the xylem and phloem, that is cambial ring. Another part is called as a cork cambium or phylogen. This part is perhaps clear to all. If you have any doubt, you can ask. With this we have completed different layers during secondary growth. Okay, so carefully understand this. Next I am going to ask you question, you have to answer it in your comment section. Okay, so now what is the question? I am going to remove these parts. Already you have taken screenshot of this. Okay, so now what is the question? Important question in NEET. No need of diagram, no need to answer the NEET question. No need of diagram of secondary growth. Directly you will use your mind and answer. Okay, तो already बोल चुका हूँ, तो biology is not a subject to read, just understand carefully, use your mind, you will answer everything. Okay, so now what is the question? Important question, listen carefully. Arrange the following structures, from inner to outer of a stem, inner to outer of a stem. Arrange the following Structures from inner to outer of a stem. What are the structures given? We'll discuss now. Structure, first structure is given. First structure is a sapwood. Sapwood. Sapwood is written. This is number 1. Second, there is cambial ring or vascular cambium. Vascular cambium. Vascular cambium. If you solve this question, then I will think your entire concept is clear. No need to read about secondary growth again before examination. So next is the secondary cortex. Secondary cortex. Then fourth one is phloem. And number 5 is pericycle. Number 6 is your phelogen. Arrange this and quickly answer. Arrange the order. Only write the letters, these numbers. Which one is first, which one is last? Which one is first, which one is last in the order? At least you write which one is innermost and which one is outermost first. Quick. Okay. So you solve this, I will check your answers at the end. So I am explaining, listen carefully. When this type of question will come, arrange from inner to outer. At least you have to remember the inner and outer. All of you know, at the central part, already I had told you, the central part of xylem is called heartwood. Yes or no? Heartwood. But if you look at these terms, here there is no name of heartwood. So as heartwood is not given, heartwood is not our innermost portion according to this question. But after heartwood, what happens? What comes? There is a sapwood. Yes or no? There is a sapwood. Sapwood. Number 1 is a sapwood. Then after sapwood, heartwood and sapwood are called secondary xylem. Just after the secondary xylem, I had drawn the diagram. The cambial ring. Inside the cambial ring there is a secondary xylem, and outer side there is a secondary phloem. This is the cambial ring. And to the close to the cambial ring, this portion is called a sapwood, central portion is called heartwood. So sapwood, then cambial ring. Then after cambial ring there is a secondary phloem. Now where is the secondary phloem? Secondary phloem is not given in the option. So now these 3 parts completed. So sapwood, after sapwood what will come? Cambial ring or vascular cambium. So next is vascular cambium. So first is number 1, second is number 2, inner to out. We are going from inner to outside, vascular cambium. Then after vascular cambium or cambial ring there is a secondary phloem, but there is no secondary phloem here. But now tell me, after secondary phloem, let secondary phloem present, secondary phloem here. After secondary phloem, which layer will come? Already I had told you in the first class how to remember the layers. एक high class English paper, epidermis, hypodermis, general cortex, endodermis, pericycle. So pericycle, after this secondary phloem, towards outer of secondary phloem, pericycle comes. Can you search here? Pericycle is present or not? Yes, pericycle is present. So next is number 5, that is pericycle. Number 5 is pericycle. After pericycle, which one will come? After pericycle, endodermis will come, but endodermis is not given in the option. Endodermis is not given. Then just after endodermis, cortex will come from inner to outer. Cortex. But cortex is changed into, already we have discussed, core cambium. And what is the other name of core cambium? Phelogen. So next is phelogen. And number of letters decreases towards outer side. It is a phelogen. Next will come phloem. But important thing here, one we are missing here. This secondary cortex is given. Secondary cortex. So first secondary cortex will come here. Let me insert secondary cortex. The number 3 will come here. Secondary cortex. Secondary cortex. Secondary cortex more later, contain more later. So phelogen, towards inner side of phelogen, secondary cortex will come. Then last is phloem, that is your IV. Secondary, after secondary cortex, then phelogen will come, then phloem. So this is the order. This is the order, and this type of question is frequent. This type of question is frequent in NEET. You have to remember, first is a sapwood, vascular cambium, pericycle, secondary cortex, phelogen, phloem. No need to remember the question. Remember the concept. 6 layers I had told you. Cambial rings outer, cambial rings inner. Another is your core cambium or phelogens outer, phelogens inner. So phloem, phelogen, phelodorm. In a sequence you have to remember. And one important thing here I am going to tell you. So 3 layers we have discussed in the cortical region, in the cortex. If you look at the core cambium, in the core cambium is also called as phelogen. Phelogen. Towards outer side there is phloem. Towards outer side there is phloem, and towards inner side there is secondary cortex. Secondary cortex or phelodorm. These 3 layers we have discussed, and these 3 layers are produced later when the outer layers rupture. And these 3 layers together called as a periderm. You have to remember a new term. It is called as a periderm. So what is periderm? Periderm is the combination of these 3 layers. One is phloem, phelogen, and a phelodorm. Okay. So this is called as a periderm together. These 3 layers together called as a periderm, which provide protection. Main function of these layers, when outer layers burst, these layers provide protection. Okay. If you have any doubt, now you can ask what we have discussed in the question or in this portion. Okay. We have successfully completed the secondary growths. Now we'll move towards another important part of this anatomy of flowering plants. When secondary growth takes place, both rings are important. One is your cambial ring, another is your core cambium or phelogen, which is produced. This is epidermis, this is hypodermis, this is cortex, other layers are present. Cortex, this cortex layer converted into phelogen. This phelogen produces 2 types of tissue, that is, we have completed that part. But this phelogen sometimes produces parenchymatous tissue. It divides the parenchymatous tissue. For example, there is one type of parenchymatous tissue here, parenchyma. Already we have discussed what is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. These are 3 types of permanent tissue. Sometimes the phelogen caught the parenchymatous tissue, and due to production of more and more parenchymatous tissue, the outer layers, for example epidermis, they get burst. Those which are present outer to phelogen. Outer to phelogen, what is present? Outer to phelogen, phloem is present, and previously epidermis was there. So now these layers burst, and there is a formation of a lens-shaped opening. There is a formation of a lens-shaped opening in the outer layer, and just below the opening the cells are present. Parenchymatous cells, and this lens-shaped opening is known as lenticels. Lenticels, you have to remember what is lenticels. Lenticels are nothing, the lens-shaped opening which are produced in the outer layer, epidermis or outer to phelogen. These cells, sometime in the phelogen layer, the parenchymatous tissue or cells divide and produce, it pushes towards the outer side. That's why it will rupture the outer layer in the form of a lens, that is called lenticels. One question was asked in NEET, what is the function of lenticels? These lenticels are the opening through which a gaseous exchange takes place. Carbon dioxide can enter for photosynthesis. Some cells are green in the stem also. Not only leaf helps in photosynthesis, some part of stem also helps in photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide can enter, oxygen can come out. Similarly, reverse can take place during night. So that's why we can say there is exchange of gases. Exchange. This question was asked in NEET. Exchange of gases takes place. Exchange of gases takes place. Main function of lenticels is the exchange of gases, and the lenticels are associated with some cells. Just this is the opening. Just below the opening, just if you enter inside this opening, some cells are present, and these cells are called as a complementary cells. Complementary cells. So sometime question comes, complementary cells are associated with which part of the plant? The complementary cells are generally associated with the lenticels. The complementary cells are associated with lenticels, which helps in exchange of gases. Okay, now this part completed. What is lenticels? But important thing, now we have completed phylogen. Inner side, what is present? Secondary cortex or phylloder. 3 layers we have completed. Outer side phylum, phylogen, phylloder. Then again towards center, what you find? There is a cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. Inside the cambial ring you find secondary xylem. Outside the cambial ring you find secondary phloem. Outside the cambial ring, secondary phloem. This is the secondary phloem. Outside there is a secondary phloem. Inside there is secondary xylem. Secondary xylem is also called wood, and the secondary xylem is divided into 2 parts. The central part is called heartwood, peripheral part is called sapwood. That is not important, but important thing here I am going to tell you. What is the important thing? So one question comes, what is bark? Very important question. Bark, all of you know, bark from the lower classes, bark is used for the outer covering. Outer covering of stem is called as a bark. In case of plant, the outer covering is called a bark. But it is a non-technical term. What is bark? Bark is nothing. All the tissues present exterior to vascular cambium or cambial ring. All the tissues present outside the cambial ring, not including cambial ring. Cambial ring is not included. Cambial ring is the line. All the tissues outside the cambial ring, constitute bark. So remember, bark, all the tissues present outside the cambial ring. So what will come? Okay, so all the part where you have doubt, the message is coming late, so I will explain. Okay, so don't worry about that, but what I am telling, listen carefully. So bark, if you come to the bark, one question comes, what is a bark? Bark is nothing. All the tissues present outside the cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. Outside the cambial ring, everything is called bark. Then what are included in bark? Write serially what are present in the bark. Outside the cambial ring means first secondary phloem will come. Secondary phloem. Then after secondary phloem, the layers like pericycle, endodermis, but these layers are not important. Pericycle and endodermis generally they get degenerated when these layers are formed. So secondary phloem. After secondary phloem, what will come? After secondary phloem, phylogen will not come. Phylogen, between phylogen and secondary phloem, phylogen is the middle layer, cortex. Just inside the phylogen there is a secondary cortex. So after secondary phloem, secondary cortex will come. What is the other name of secondary cortex? secondary cortex is also called as phalloderm. Secondary cortex is also called as phalloderm. Phalloderm, I am repeating the same thing repeatedly, so that's why no problem, you can understand easily all the parts. Secondary phloem, then outer to secondary phloem is secondary cortex, then the cork cambium will come. Cork cambium also called as phallogen, then the outermost layer is called phloem or cork. Cork or phloem, cork or phloem. So these are the things included in bark. So simply you have to remember, bark is nothing, all the tissues present exterior to cambial ring. So sometimes question comes, cambial ring is a part of bark or not? No, it is false. Cambial ring is not a part of bark. Cambial ring is not a part of bark. So only outside the cambial ring, all the things which are present, they are included under bark. Again, bark are two types, just like wood I had told you. One is early wood, another is late wood. The bark is two types. One is early bark, one is early bark, another is late bark. Early bark and late bark. So what is early bark, late bark? These are not according to season. These are not according to different season, just like wood we have discussed. In case of wood, those which are produced in spring are called early wood, those which are produced in autumn are called late wood. But here the different season are not taken. Here in a single season, yearly which are produced, yearly means first in the season. Let's take a spring. In the spring, in the first few days of spring, which are produced are called yearly bark. Those which are produced in the late part of that spring, late part of the spring, these are called as late bark. So that's why bark is a non-technical term. So with this we have completed about the bark. So now bark completed. With this, complete secondary growth. Secondary growth is completed here. Now we'll move towards next part. I think this part is clear to all of you. You can answer all the question if it is asked from secondary growth. No problem is there. Okay, and you solve the given assignment. If you find any difficulty, we will discuss the questions, and that is very important. The questions which are given in your assignment, you solve these questions, that is sufficient for your NEET, and answer all the question conceptually by using concept. What concept is used? Now we'll discuss about anatomy of dicot stem and compare it with dicot with monocot stem. Dicot stem, another is monocot stem. Monocot stem. Dicot stem and monocot stem. Already I had told you in the last class about anatomy of dicot stem. No need to explain again. Only I will describe in short here. But main thing we will discuss about the monocot stem. Monocot stem. First we will take one plant from each category. Take a dicot plant. Example is a sunflower. Sunflower is a dicot plant. Sunflower is a dicot, and a monocot you can take maize. Rice, maize, wheat, different type of monocot are there. So now we will compare one dicot stem with monocot stem. Okay, so your question is reaching late and I am unable to get it. Please clearly describe the question such that I can explain you. Okay, someone asked level. So what is that? I am unable to get it. So
Labels once again.
So dicot label means the namings or whatever. So please mention clearly. So dicot stem and monocot stem. So first come to dicot stem. In dicot stem, already we have discussed the outer covering, epidermis, then hypodermis, then cortex, endodermis, pericycle. The central part is pith. This part is xylem and phloem bundles. The xylem phloem bundles are present, and the xylem phloem bundle, the xylem is present towards center, towards pith, and in all the bundle phloem is towards periphery. Phloem is towards periphery, and in between xylem and phloem there is a cambium, intrafascicular cambium. There is intrafascicular cambium between xylem and phloem. So that's why this type of bundle is known as open or closed. Last class already I had told you, open vascular bundle or closed vascular bundle. This type of vascular bundle in which there is a presence of intrafascicular cambium between xylem and phloem. If a band is present between xylem and phloem, that is called as your open vascular bundle. So that's why in case of dicot, you find open vascular bundle. This type of vascular bundle are known as open vascular bundle. Open vascular bundle. This type of bundle is known as open vascular bundle. And one important thing here you remember, the epidermis, hypodermis, second layer is called hypodermis. This hypodermis is made of collenchyma. Already we have discussed permanent tissue are three types: permanent tissue, simple permanent tissue, then complex. Then simple are three types. Simple permanent tissue are three types. One is parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, so collenchyma, here collenchyma is present in the hypodermis layer. There is a presence of collenchyma. But already I had told you in the first class, the monocot plants, in case of monocot, whatever that may be, stem or root, in case of monocot plants, the collenchyma is absent. There is a presence of sclerenchyma. So that's why if you look at monocot stem, now clearly understand it, because question comes from the monocot stem. If you look at the monocot stem, there is a difference. This is the epidermis. This part is epidermis. Then just below the epidermis, what you find? Hypodermis. Hypodermis is present here. But after hypodermis, you never find the layers. The cortex, endodermis, the pericycle, they are mixed together. So they are not different like dicot. In case of dicot and monocot, the main difference you have to remember. The first, in case of dicot, all the layers are clear. But here, after hypodermis, the rest layers are not clear. And the rest tissue are called as a ground tissue. You have to remember, rest tissue are known as ground tissue. So three parts in case of monocot: epidermis, hypodermis, and ground tissue. Important thing, in case of hypodermis, if you look at the hypodermis, here already I had told you, hypodermis is made of collenchyma, but in case of monocot, collenchyma is completely absent. You have to remember, it is made of sclerenchyma. Remember, this question comes. Hypodermis of monocot is made of which tissue? Hypodermis of monocot is made of sclerenchyma. And here the xylem and phloem are scattered everywhere. Here if you compare xylem and phloem are surrounded by which layer? This layer is known as a pericycle. Already I had told you, एक high class English paper, एक epidermis, high hypodermis, cortex, class English, endodermis, pericycle. So all the xylem and phloem are included inside the pericycle. Inside, this is the pericycle layer. Inside the pericycle. But that not happens here. in this region all the things are scattered everywhere, scattered. Xylem and phloem are scattered everywhere. Let I am showing the bundles, xylem, phloem, xylem. These are the xylem and phloem bundles. These are the xylem and phloem bundles, and you can find these xylem and phloem bundles are scattered. Xylem and phloem bundles are scattered. Xylem and phloem bundles are scattered here. So clearly look at the diagram. These are the xylem and phloem bundles. Xylem and phloem bundles. And just like here xylem and phloem are included in a single bundle. Included in a single bundle, xylem and phloem. Here also xylem and phloem are found. Xylem and phloem. Xylem, phloem are included in the single bundle. Xylem and phloem are included in a single bundle. These are the vascular bundles. These are called as vascular bundle. In every bundle there is a xylem and phloem. But important thing here you have to remember, these bundles are scattered towards periphery, starting from center towards periphery. But important thing, if you go from center towards periphery, the size of the vascular bundle decreases. The size, large size vascular bundle at the center, small size vascular bundle at the periphery. Again use the same formula I had told you. Phloem, phloem, phloderm. Less number of letter phloem outer side, less number of letter outside, less size is small. The vascular bundle size is small. In case of monocot, size will come in monocot. Question will come about size of vascular bundle in monocot, not in dicot. In dicot all are of same size. But in case of dicot, this small size vascular bundle periphery, large size vascular bundle at the center, medium size in the middle. Gradually this size decreases. And one important thing here you remember, I am showing one vascular bundle outside. Let's take one vascular bundle outside. Xylem is present, phloem is present. Xylem is present, phloem is present. Compare with this xylem and phloem. Xylem, phloem are separated by a band of meristematic tissue in case of dicot, but there is no band of meristematic tissue. So that's why this type of vascular bundle is called as a closed vascular bundle. Closed vascular bundle. One is open vascular bundle, another is closed vascular bundle. Open vascular bundle found in case of dicot, closed vascular bundle found in case of monocot. Meaning of closed, sometimes direct definition comes. What is the meaning of closed? In type of vascular bundle in which xylem, phloem are not separated by a band of cambium. But when there is a presence of cambium, this band is present, that is called as open. So open in dicot, closed in monocot. And you have to remember CM, closed monocot. Okay, CM, closed monocot. And due to this closed nature, as there is no vascular bundle, this secondary growth is absent in monocot. Monocot plant cannot grow in diameter. So that's why secondary growth is absent. You have to remember why in monocot. Why monocot cannot show secondary growth? Cannot show secondary growth. Secondary growth absent. Cannot show secondary growth. The monocot cannot show secondary growth, but dicot can show secondary growth. Dicot plant can show secondary growth because there is a cambium present, but here cambium absent. So that's why these are closed and secondary growth is absent. Clear? But another important question, in addition to this closed and open, so already I had told you this is closed vascular bundle, xylem and phloem are not separated, they are closed. In case of monocot plant, inside the vascular bundle, there is a water containing cavities. Some cavities is present. Cavities means empty space. This space is called as a water containing cavity. Which cavity? Water containing cavity. Water containing cavity. You have to remember, What is water containing cavity? The cavity which can contain water, water containing cavity. And water containing cavity, the water which is transported by xylem transports water, as monocot are very less in diameter. The diameter is very less, here diameter is more in case of secondary. So don't compare this diagram for understanding, but the stem size is very less in diameter. So as the diameter is very less, conduction of water in case of monocot is less. So for temporary storage of water, there is some water containing cavity. So water containing cavity, the xylem which transports water, sometimes water is stored here. So water containing cavities are only found, water containing cavities are only found in case of monocot. The water containing cavities is only found in case of monocot. So this is the important difference between dicot and a monocot stem, you have to remember. Secondary growth not takes place in case of monocot. Now we'll move towards one question what is asked in NEET frequently. So question is, water containing cavity is found in which of the following plant? Listen carefully and try to answer. I am going to write the question. Water containing cavities, water containing cavity found in which of the following, which of the following plant? So in the option, 4 options are given. Number 1, P, groundnut. Third is mustard, another is onion. In which plant there is water containing cavities? Already we have discussed, it is water containing cavities is found in monocot, but in the option there is no monocot. In the option monocot is not given, in the option monocot word is not given, but plant name is given. Example, monocot, direct monocot is not written. So you have to search in this type of question. What you have to do, you have to first search for which are the dicot. If you know the dicot, you have to eliminate the dicots, the remaining will be monocot, or directly you have to remember some monocot. Another chapter is there, morphology of flowering plant. At that time I will tell you, when we will discuss about morphology of plants. In that chapter I will tell you who are the monocots and who are the dicot and how to remember. So don't worry about these names. Looking at these names, don't be panic. I will tell you direct how to remember the monocots, plant name, and how to remember the dicot. But in this example I have written P, groundnut, mustard. These 3 are the dicot. And onion, this belongs to lily family, Liliaceae. So this is the monocot. Onion is the monocot. So you have to remember, your answer is onion. Okay. And in NEET, sometime it was asked onion. In NEET, sometime it was asked maize. 1 year it was asked maize. Okay. Secondary growth levels is not needed, already I had told you. Okay, I will explain again. So here you remember onion and maize. Maize is one plant, monocot plant. Maize, rice, maize, wheat, and onion is also. So one Liliaceae family is there. Liliaceae, in NCERT book you will find 4 families, that is Cruciferous, Brassicaceae, Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae. In Liliaceae family you will find tulip, gloriosa, aloe, asparagus, colchicum, autumnal, different type of plants are there. Okay, so this part completed. Someone asked doubt the leveling of secondary growths. In secondary growth levels are not important to remember. Already I had told you formula. If you listen carefully, then you can level by your own. Okay, again I am repeating, cambial ring. This is the cambial ring. Recall with me. Cambial ring means vascular cambium. Outside the vascular cambium, what you find? Outside the vascular cambium, in a order I am showing you. In a order, outside the cambial ring, what is present inside the cambial ring? Inside there is a secondary xylem. Inside there is a secondary xylem. Outside what is present? Outside secondary phloem. Outside secondary phloem. Again secondary xylem having two types. Secondary xylem outer, secondary xylem inner. Secondary xylem towards inner side, center is called as a heartwood. Heartwood, and towards outer side it is called as a sapwood. Sapwood. Now the leveling part is clear, but if you come to the cortex layer converted into what? Cortex layer converted into phellogen. Phellogen is also called as a cork cambium, and I repeatedly I had told you many times. Phellogen outer side is called phloem or cork. Phloem or cork, inner side it is called as a secondary cortex or phelloderm. Secondary cortex or phelloderm. So these are the layers from outer to inner. And a technique I had told you, less number of letters outer side, more and maximum in the inner side. Okay. For these three layers, phloem, phellogen, phelloderm, you can easily identify by number of letters. This completed your secondary growth. With this, you have completed about secondary growth and dicot and monocot stem. Now it is clear perhaps. Okay. With this, we have completed today's class. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. We will discuss in the next class.